Hey guys, this is Ryan Typhlosion37, coach of the Pittsburgh Steelas, and I'm bringing you week 1 of IBG season 1. This week I'm facing off against Andrew, coach of the Manhattan Mudkips. I've played in a lot of leagues with him. Every fight between us is always really good. I feel like we're pretty much on the same skill level. This week his roster is Kyurem Black, Gengar, Espeon, Rotom Heat, Swampert, Shiftry, Megapidgeot, Mimikyu, Conkeldurr, Stakataka, and Rabombi. And my draft is Infernape, Goodra, Umbreon, Donphan, Lycanroc Dusk, Dodrio, Mega Aggron, Slowbro, Shaman, Gardevoir, and Galvantula. Now, getting into this week, the team I brought is Focus Sash Dodrio with Return, Brave Bird, Jump Kick, and Agility. Infernape with Close Combat, Fire Punch, Swords Dance, and Mach Punch with Fightinium Z. At +2, a Z Close Combat can OHKO a max fully defensive Swampert. Lycanroc Dusk with Accelerock, Drill Run, Swords Dance, and Zen Headbutt with Shookaberry. Umbreon, physically defensive with Foul Play, Wish, Protect, Toxic. With Leftovers is my best switch into the Black Kyurem. Slowbro, Scald, Psyshock, Grass Knot, Slack Off. Leftovers, also physically defensive. And then especially defensive Mega Aggron with Heavy Slam, Stone Edge, Earthquake, and Stealth Rocks. So, getting into the match, I'm going to lead with my Slowbro as he leads with Rotom Heat. I know he's just going to Volt Switch, so I believe I just slack off the damage as he goes into his Rabombi. I'm immediately going to go into my Aggron. There's nothing he can really do to me. He sets up webs, which is fine. He goes back into Rotom Heat as I set up my Stealth Rocks because he has 3 weaknesses to it. I'm going to double into my Umbreon as he goes for Will-O-Wisp, which is great. I can't be toxic now. I believe I'm going to just fire off a Foul Play as he goes into Swampert. I might Toxic. Yeah, I went for Toxic. So, now I believe he sets up Rocks as I just go for Wish. Figured a Wish could help me set up things. He switches into the Conkeldurr as I just go for Foul Play. It doesn't do much. And by that damage, I can tell he's not super attack invested. I'm going to go for Protect just to scout. He goes for Knockoff, so I'm thinking he might Drain Punch, expecting me to stay in. But he actually goes for Knockoff and gets a crit as I switch into my Slowbro. And that crit mattered a lot because without that, I could have stayed in and lived another one, but instead I have to make an aggressive double into Dodrio. If he has Mach Punch here, I'm kind of screwed, but thankfully he doesn't. He switches into a Swampert, and Brave Bird does half to him. I die to Rocky Helmet and Recoil, but that's fine. Now I know I can just go into my Infernape, go for Close Combat. And here I'm fully expecting him to go into his Mimikyu and try to set up, but he actually goes into Rotom. And after webs with my investment, if he is no speed Rotom, I outspeed him by 4 points. So I'm just going to hope for the best and fire off his close combat. I do outspeed and am able to knock him out, which was absolutely amazing. Now he goes into his Mimikyu, and I'm just going to go immediately. Now I go for a Fire Punch to break the disguise, and then I go immediately into my Aggron because I know there's nothing he can do to me, even without defense investment. He goes for Shadow Claw. It only does 26%. Then he goes for the Z Shadow Claw, and I live it on 12%, knock him out with Heavy Slam. I'm up 5-3, which is great. He goes into the conk. I'm just going to stay in and sack this off. There's no point in keeping it. And now I believe I go into my Slowbro, as I probably should have gone for Psyshock here, but I go for Slack Off so I can switch into the conk later. Now I'm going to sack off my Infernape, but unfortunately he goes for Quiver Dance. That's not too big of a deal, because after he knocks me out, I can just go into my Lycanroc. A Accelerock 100% of the time kills him. I just go in and go for the safe play. He does go into Conk, and from this range, Zen Headbutt was a roll, so I'm going to go back into my Slowbro to try to get more damage on him before I can try to win the game with my Lycanroc. He goes for Drain Punch, and then he actually goes for Knockoff here, letting me get a lot of damage on him. So at this point, I'm just thinking Lycanroc can probably sweep, but unfortunately, I don't have Stone Edge, and this Kyurem can actually... It only takes like 40% from an Accelerock. If he's not invested in HP or defense, which I found out after the game he is not. So here he's going to go for Fusion Bolt after I slack off. That does not do much damage. I went for slack off to scout the damage. I'm going to go for Psyshock again here, and this damage is huge because after he switches out, I can kill him again with Lycanroc, or I can just stall him out with Slowbro, but he does crit me there, which is a little annoying. I go into Umbreon here because I know he's going to have to switch out, and my Lycanroc can now just clean up with um, a Cellrock. So I'm going to go for Toxic there, and now he goes into Rabombi. I believe I just Toxic and then Protect a couple times. There was really no point in doing that. I was just figured maybe there was some way I could somehow keep differential, but he is just going to knock out my Umbreon. I believe I get the double protect first, so I am able to clean the game with Lycanroc afterwards, which is great. Starting out 1-0, he actually did beat me last season before we rebranded. He beat me, I believe 2-0 in week 1, so getting a win like this is great. I'll ask him if he has a YouTube. I'm not positive. If he does, I'll link it in the description. My Twitter handle will also be down there if you want to follow me. Like and subscribe if you like the video, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.